So everything on this table right here is for the world's first Sony Handycam and 8mm VCR. We'll look at this thing first. This one is model number EV-C8u. There's no cover on there because there's no cover on there. The cover's right here. Take a look. So we have two batteries, the TV tuner, RFU adapter, charger, the camcorder that comes with it, and the AC adapter thing, which I will be using to power these and demonstrate them. Now, for this, you have power button and tape eject, edit, which you can actually edit the tape with this. There's a chip right there. Model number EV-C8u. Rewind, play, fast forward, stop, and pause. Then pull this to record. Then you put that's a jack for a remote. So if you have a remote in there, you can just plug it in right there, and then you have a wired remote. I'll show you how the cover assembly works. You press this button to reset the counter. That's the memory light and the insert. On the side, you have this right here. It's a carrying handle. Right here, you have a multi-connector. Right here, and right here is a camera DC 6 volts 5-watt camera, or wattage that actually is 4-watt actually. On the back is the date code. That's 5C, so that's 1985, the third quarter or fall of 1985. So if you're wondering what the letter means, obviously the number means the last digit of the year, but the letter means so A means spring, B means summer, C means fall, and D means winter. So this thing was fall 1985. There's your battery compartment. Speaking of the instruction manual, the only thing I could find of an instruction manual is a service manual from a website called freeservicemanuals.info. I'll link that in the description. So yeah, that's about it for the EV-C8u. And in this multi-connector, you plug this thing in, the RFU-80UC. So, FCC warnings. You can choose either the VHF or the lines. And this does not have a setup menu built in because it doesn't come with a remote. I do not have a remote, as you know. There's the coax out. Back then it was called VHF. And then composite video output. There's an audio in, audio out, video in, video out. Then right here is one of the two. Sorry about the squeaky chair. The NP22 battery. Now, I was told that neither of these two batteries actually work. And that's right, because one of these actually did work, but now it doesn't charge. Here is this, probably the rarest piece of tech inside here, is this ANS 34 mode switcher. So you could just plug into coax sources and then you could put it out one. And then here's the second battery. Here is the battery charge adapter. Just flip this open and you have a charge light, charger, and battery port. And only one of these battery ports work. Like this one, the charger port works, but this one and this one doesn't work, but this is the only battery port that works. And then on the back, it takes 1.5 hours or 1 hour to charge a battery using this port, but even just one battery on this port will take 8 hours. Sony, and it's not because the batteries are old, Sony designed it that way. So it's see instruction manual. And here's this AC adapter thing. And it's telling you just only connect it to 120 volts. And here's the recorder that's only for recording, the CCD-M8u. Stickers are coming off. Yeah, it's a manual focus, manual white balance. There's no zoom on it. Obviously not even Zoom meetings, because there's no such thing back then. Which is why I like the 80s so much, because there's distance learning, no such thing back then. You can eject the battery here. You just slide one of these in, which this battery doesn't work. There's a tape compartment in there, and it's a window. I'll fire this up, and this is a very easy to use camcorder. It's an optical viewfinder. I can't really show it to you. The tape run, and it shows you when the tape's running and the battery needs a charge. Standby is when so in order to put it in standby, you just gotta start recording and stop recording. When this light comes on, the do is when there's too much moisture in the unit, and the caution is when the heads are contaminated, which unfortunately is common on these old camcorders. Eject, which it does not have the push button. It does not have the Handycam logo. You can actually detach the grip. I have to unplug the microphone connector, which for some, I don't know why it's a 3-pin connector. Dismount the whole side assembly. There it is. There's a microphone, which the foam is coming apart on. Alright, now let's test these units. I'm gonna go get a cassette tape. Feel free to talk among yourselves. I'll be right back. Alright, back with the 8mm 60-minute cassette. This one right here. So we'll try out the camcorder first. So you just insert the AC adapter like this. Unwrap the cord. And you just plug it into the wall right here. And it's plugged in, and then you just push the switch. Sounds different than some of the other ones I've seen. Here's a MP60. I'll just place it right in. Never insert your finger or any object into here. And then on the tape you have this is an 8mm tape. It's MP60. And there's a right protect tab. Now we'll put it in. And some people are baffled by these because there's no power switch, but all you have to do to turn it on is pull this lens cap down. And then to start recording, you just hit this button. It's just a standard restart stop under the grip. It's recording. The LED on the lower right indicates when you're in low light, so I'll put it in. So yeah, as you can see, the cassette is in there. It's spinning. There's the camera I'm using to record this right now. Got white balance mode, so changing the focus actually changes if you look in there, she changes the lens angle. I don't know if my camera's gonna be able to pick that up. But as you can see, it's recording in there. When you hit stop, it just the orange light comes on. I've seen the caution light go on, but I've never seen the do light come on, and I hope it never will. And see, as soon as you put it in standby, it stops recording. But when you put it back in standby, tape rewinds a minute if it's gonna focus. So yeah, that's the testing of the CCD-M8u. And to shut it off, you just pull this forward. And then we'll eject it. So now we just hit this power supply, and for the Viddy system, and for this system right here, there's a CCD-M8u. You just open this up and then put the dongle in. Then you can turn it on. You can see the counter. The only other indication you can turn on is, the only other indication that you can turn on without actually putting in a tape is the memory. You can do, if you have the functioning battery, you can do the battery icon, and if there's moisture, you can just do the moisture icon, but the tape icon will not show without an actual cassette tape. And to eject it, there's no cover on there, but you can kind of see into there how it works. And I think I'm gonna try and put this cover back on. I think it should just fit in. This cover just needs to get some work done. Still kind of works. And let's see, what will happen if I turn the editing on? Absolutely nothing. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how the battery adapter thing works. Or at least how it kind of works. player aside. That's almost done recording. Now don't put the adapter in without a battery because it'll, wanna see what happens? I'm not going to. Set the camera up. Absolutely nothing, that's weird. Usually it makes like a sound. Yeah, now putting it on is easy. As you can see, it's splashed. I'll have to leave in 3 minutes. Yeah, these batteries don't work. So that's about everything from the world's first Sony 8mm equipment from 1985. The M8u's manual is easier to get than this one's. I'll just unplug the AC adapter thing from the wall. And finally, this giant bag, this carrying case. There's a lock on the top. I'm not sure why. It's hard to move. Mini 8. Thank you guys for watching, and see you again soon.